Hey, Cooter! Joe! Check this out!
Hello and welcome back to Anywhere But Here, episode number 107. I am Tom.
And I'm Ant.
And you can find us at abhpod.com, where there is an Amazon banner that you can use all year round for your Amazon shopping.
Like we said last week, not just for Christmas.
Yeah, it's for life. So yeah, go there, click on the Amazon link, do your shopping. We get 5% of what you spend.
We do.
Indeed.
We do, and it helps us immensely pay for hosting and things, which, you know, we're paid up.
Is important.
It is very important.
It's
we're paid
important.
up. You use Amazon year round, you can hear us year round.
Yeah.
Look at that. What more do you want? And I pressed record on the camera earlier. I made sure,
Yes.
because last week
We weren't on YouTube.
I swear I pressed record, but for some reason it didn't record. Obviously didn't press
So
it.
you couldn't see my story about
No.
being a two-film kind of guy.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I got immense stick for.
Oh,
On the
really?
internet. Yeah, lots of people.
I didn't see a lot of that. But yeah, so yeah, that was quite good. I mean, I'm quite liking these little clips that we can do now.
Yeah.
It's nice just to go back and not have to search through the whole episode just to find that one clip that made us laugh. By the way, you can find those videos on YouTube at youtube.com/ABH podcast.
Indeed you can. Where the whole show will go up later on in the week as well.
Yeah, it goes up. Nobody got back to us on that whole.
No.
Should we put it up earlier? So you know what? It's going to go up 7 days after the audio version.
So you can only hear the audio first. You can see us after the audio's gone out.
Yeah, they're just a week behind. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's awesome. You can find us at Twitter at ABHPod.
Yes,
where we do a lot of talking, a lot of socialising with people.
Yeah, we haven't for a long time. I don't know. Was there a reason? I'm scatting now. Was there a reason that we stopped saying our own personal Twitters?
Just because there was no point.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, I'm Hey It's Ant if you want to.
I'm Hey It's Me Tom.
I just thought we would, because I was listening to Ridgecast the other week. I was like, yeah, we stopped doing that. Why did we stop doing that?
Just because we couldn't be asked. It takes up an extra couple of seconds.
Yeah, to switch accounts.
Yeah.
But hey, we're there if you want to follow us.
Yeah.
You can find us at facebook.com/ABHpod.
You can, where everything is retweeted.
Gets reposted.
There.
But hey, if you go to Facebook, I know you see inline images on Twitter now as well. So
yeah.
Hey.
Oh well.
Usually there's a bigger description of why we're sharing it if we put it on Facebook.
Very true. Or if you want to remain anonymous and send us, stories of, I don't know, embarrassment, something that you want to stay slightly more anonymous on, you can
Any
email
illegal
us.
activities.
Yeah. You can email us at abhpod@gmail.com.
Talk to us in confidence. We will share your story, just not your name.
Yeah. Because God knows we need content.
Yeah. We've done quite well for content acquisition this week from other people.
Yeah, I think we have.
Oh, well, find us on iTunes and Stitcher. Go subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, rate and review,
share,
maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Do that on YouTube as well. That helps, apparently. But yeah, so yeah, we've done quite well from Twitter. We've had
many things put forward to us. Robert England has asked, when are we going to start? No, I know. When are we going to start selling my bronzed anus? And will we be offering international shipping? And seeing as he's asked for it, I might have to go and see if I can get a bronzed anus done. The only problem being is that man in the clip says that it sticks to your pubic hair, and
men are quite known for having
as quite a hairy man. I manscape so that it's nice and It's what's the word?
Still,
trim. It's trim, but it's not bald.
It's manly still.
Because if I did shave myself like smooth, it would look like an inverse Speedo. Because I'm quite hairy.
You've got the.
It's what I've always said to people. That girls in general.
The problem is with shaving is you've got the regrowth factor.
Yeah.
That after a week or so when it starts growing back and you've got the stubble and the last thing you need, especially if you're going to go and get your anus bronzed.
Yes.
The last thing you want is like you don't want stubble between your arse cheeks, so it's rubbing, so it'd be scratchy.
Bit of
you
chafage.
like Sudocreme. You have to Sudocreme your arse up all night.
So If more than one person wants it done, I might consider it. But
it'd be quite a hefty price on it.
Yeah.
Tom can go and see Dr. Feelgood. That's what I want to call him from now on.
So yeah, if there is a demand for it, I'm sure I can. I'm sure I could take one for the team. But,
I'm glad they asked you for it.
I'd rather not.
I'm glad they asked you.
But such are the trials and tribulations of a podcaster, I suppose.
If the demands are there.
Yeah, that's it.
Podcasting is a desperate medium.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Will it make us money? Fine, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
As long as I can cover the cost of getting it done.
Maybe we can both get it done and we can sell like a set of cufflinks. Get them made into cufflinks.
That'd be amazing.
Buy the pair. A nice presentation box. Oh, I've got a wedding coming up next year.
All the groomsmen with our anuses in their cuffs. But do the collars match the cuffs? That's...
Oh, God. Yeah, already.
So, yeah. It's something that we're thinking about, Robert. If you really, really want it that bad,
I wasn't thinking about it until this moment.
No, that's it.
Now I'm thinking that's a fucking good idea.
Yeah, it's become a thing. Oh dear.
Yeah.
So we've peaked early.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it done. You might as well switch off now.
Yeah. No, we've had quite
a
lot of things off people from the internet this week.
Actually, Paul. We maybe done a disservice to him last week because the way we were speaking, it was like we were criticising, not like we thought he was amazed by the fact that.
No, I just thought he was playing along with the fact.
Yeah,
that
I did, but the way I re-listened to it and it sounded like we were insinuating he thought it was worthy of an Oscar because of the 12 years to make.
Yeah. No, we knew that.
Whereas we were kind of playing along.
Yeah. That's right.
But when I listened back, it sounded like. But yeah,
but then I saw the video, which I didn't see beforehand.
I don't rate them too. No. I thought that was rubbish.
Oh, I thought it was quite funny.
I don't know. It was maybe it was too long.
Maybe
the joke was overused. To be fair, I didn't go back and watch any of their other stuff. They might be really funny. I can't remember what they're called.
The Red Letter Media.
There you go, Red Letter Media. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of funny. But I think because Paul had already done the joke to us and I wasn't aware of the video, maybe it was kind of like it lost the charm because I already knew that. It took 12 years, but it took 12 years to make. Joke. I don't know. But yeah, I thought we'd done him a disservice. It made a sound, I think, like that. But hey, yeah, we knew what you were getting at.
Yes.
Because we're used to your sarky humour.
Dave from Cornwall is looking forward to Daredevil.
That did
We were talking about
really
because Daredevil, the whole series goes live on Netflix on the 10th of April.
Yes.
So I may have to take the day off work.
They released the trailer last week or the other week, and it looks really freaking good.
It does, doesn't it?
It looks really dark. It doesn't look like Ben Affleck. Daredevil.
No.
It looks really cool.
It does. Lots of things. There was some stuff about photobombing, and then Chris Pratt and Chris Evans holding up on some bet that they'd had.
Yeah, it was the Super Bowl bet. They were both, one was Seahawks, one was Patriots, and they said whichever one wins, you go to the charity of my choice as your character.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt lost, so he went over to this charity, Christopher's Haven.
Yeah.
As
Star-Lord.
But Chris Evans is going to go to the other one as Captain America anyway.
Yeah,
just because they're fucking nice. Because they're superheroes.
Great people.
Because they are superheroes. Although Chris Pratt's technically not a superhero because he hasn't got any superpowers.
No.
Star-Lord.
He's just in space.
Yeah. And I think the comic he is half alien. I think they did say that at the end of the film, didn't they?
Well, yeah. His dad is someone that is not from Earth.
I think I know who it is because it's mentioned in my Captain Marvel book that I've read. Yeah.
Fair play. So lots of things coming in this week from people, which is lovely.
It is nice to get that interaction. It's really cool, and there's so much, like loads of my stories that we will probably cover. Yeah, I've got those too.
Possibly.
I was going to say actually on the subject of Daredevil, Netflix. Netflix have revealed that they're developing a new series this week.
Oh yeah.
Yes, The Legend of Zelda.
Really?
Live action series they're developing.
Really?
That is going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting as well. as Netflix always kind of take a darker look at things. Like with the Daredevil, it's a lot darker than.
Yeah. Are they going to take a kind of Game of Thrones style look at it?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, they shouldn't. I think it will be
not
kind
that
of because
dark.
it's fantasy. It will be like fantasy, so there's probably going to be a lot of CG involved, especially with the monsters from the Legends of Zelda. But yeah, essentially, it's about a boy who's going to save a princess. That works.
Like most Nintendo games.
Yeah, I wonder if they are going to take it Nintendo style, like it'll be for children.
Be interesting.
Or if it's going to be
happens.
like a more sort of teen.
Or do you think it's going to be kind of almost like Adventure Time-y?
Well, no, it's live action.
It's going to be live action.
Yeah, it's not going to be surreal.
Okay.
But hang on. As it seeks writers to work on the show, Netflix is describing it as a Game of Thrones for a family audience.
There we go.
So yeah, it's going to be not as dark, but it's going to be high fantasy,
less cartoony.
Yeah, the Zelda games have traditionally included swords and sorcery, like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings, but typically with a more light-hearted. You can't. Oh, so the guy's basically saying, it's going to be fantasy.
Yeah.
And now Game of Thrones is the be-all and end-all of fantasy.
Yeah.
I think that's basically what the guy meant. It's not. Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I mean, it'd be good for you, having never played the games, to actually see the story of it and the lore.
Do you reckon they'll be following the plots of the games, though?
The plot is... I mean, I haven't played any of the later ones, to be fair. I played a bit of Ocarina of Time, which was the first N64 one. Or watched my brother play it, to be fair, when Zelda lived in a tree rather than a house.
Okay.
Hang on. There was a bit with a tree. No, I think he did live up. His house was up in a tree or something. Oh, fuck it. I don't know.
He lived in a tree house.
But essentially, the one that I played, it was basically like, hey, Zelda's gone missing. You need to, your dad's gone to save Zelda, the princess. You need to go. Your dad's gone missing. He's not come back. You need to go help them. And that was kind of it. And you went around the map looking for things. And then, there wasn't a lot of plot. It wasn't very story driven.
Right.
So much, I don't think.
It was just. And
there's lots of characters you bump into and they're like, oh, this has happened and so-and-so's done that. And that's how they developed the story. It wasn't like a big sort
It wasn't
of
like
sequence.
an RPG type, Final Fantasy style epic.
And I mean, I'm going to be honest, I was a lot younger when I played it. So there's a lot of stuff I've forgotten. I'm sure Miles from Nerd Church or Paul himself could fill us in a hell of a lot.
Yeah, more than likely.
Or maybe if we might get a call later, which we might, but probably not.
Possibly.
Someone might help us.
Yeah, we may be getting a call later on in
the
show from Michael from Nerd Church. He is over in Dublin at the moment.
Yeah.
Though he was out on the Raz last night. So
with an Irish couple and a Scotsman.
Yeah.
So there's probably good chance.
Probably didn't end well with him.
Not that we like to stereotype people.
No, not at all.
There's a good chance he might be asleep with sore head.
Yes.
But hey.
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We've sent him messages.
Yeah.
And, we'll see how bad that hangover is.
Fingers crossed. I hope so. He's on GMT, so we thought we'd take advantage. But we only realised last night that we could do that.
Yeah. Bit late in the day, really. But hey, it's what we do.
And he was already out. Yeah. So, I mean, so that Zelda, that's going to be very interesting to watch develop. Yeah, they'll probably do a very good job. I mean, Netflix generally do make very good series.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen Orange is the New Black?
No,
You've
still not. No. We finished Sherlock and Luther.
Series 2 of Sherlock, though. Series 3.
Yeah, I've got my hands on Series 3
have
now.
you?
Yeah,
you finished
so
it?
we're gonna do that soon.
Yeah,
but
it's available on the American Netflix.
Yeah, I know.
Not the UK.
It really pisses me off.
So fucking annoying.
However, it's something that we probably would watch again. So we're buying it on Blu-ray.
Just basically revisit it and probably spot things that you didn't spot before, or something's going to happen now. So when you see it earlier,
you can see
they gave it away there.
Yeah,
because Series 2 ended kind of very oddly, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
No.
But I already knew Series 3 was coming, so I was like,
well, that's it. Yeah.
So I knew.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
We've moved on back in time to 24.
Oh, really? Oh, you're going through that?
Yes.
I only ever watched the first series.
Yeah, I've only ever seen the first series as well.
Really good.
We're revisiting that, and then I heard it kind of drops off. So the first series, we've only got 7 episodes left.
7
hours. We've done most of the first series in this week.
It's a slog.
There's just nothing on TV, though. That's the problem.
First 2 or 3 series, they do stick to 45-minute episodes to cover the hour, obviously, because of the ad breaks. But I'm pretty sure later series, they kind of chop through time. Like it doesn't I think it doesn't keep that.
Oh, right.
Or it might have been just the last series. They were only like half-hour episodes for each hour or something.
Oh, is that right?
I think. I'm sure I heard that somewhere.
Okay.
It might have been a totally different series.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know whether we're going to do all 8 series. It depends how bad they get. Because the thing is, there's nothing on TV, so we've turned to binge watching stuff on Netflix.
Yeah, I have seriously considered in the last couple of weeks, obviously because we've got the wedding to save up for and we're looking at how to cut costs, and our landlord wants to do extensive work to this house, but he has got other properties we can move to if we want to. And he's going to put the rent up on this one once he's done it. It's like, so we're looking at how we can kind of, because we get a really good deal on this.
Yeah.
So putting the rent up will put us back in saving for the wedding. So we're looking at cutting costs, and I seriously considered just cancelling Virgin Media, like just the TV, because we don't usually watch anything on it.
That's why I'm glad we've got free sat.
Yeah, we don't one or two programs a week that are on cable channels. Otherwise it's all terrestrial or Freeview channels, and it's like, and we're paying.
Why are you paying for it?
How much is it for the lot? We pay almost £70 for the TV, the phone and the internet, which to be fair, isn't a lot. A lot of people would pay a lot more, but we don't get movie channels, we don't get sport channels, which and they're like 60 quid for the two of those.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're paying nearly £70 for the home phone, which we don't use, but that saves us a tenner. Yeah. If we get the home phone, the price drops by a tenner if we just had the TV and the internet, and we only ever use the internet. So if we drop the phone, we'll keep the phone because people have got the home phone. If we drop the TV, we could save ourselves like 30 or 40 quid a month. Yeah.
Do it. Get free sat. You don't have
and
to
they've
pay
got the
for
free sat plus as well, haven't they? Which have got the recording function. I'll have to look into it, and I'll have to genuinely look at what we actually watch on.
That's it. Because the only things we ever watch, we only ever watch BBC 1 and 2 and Channel 4. Yeah. Those are the only channels we ever watch, and occasionally Film 4. Yeah. If there's a decent enough film on that we don't have and isn't on Netflix.
And sometimes E4 has really good programs on. And it's, and in all honesty, we've got Netflix. Mm-hmm. We've got we can take quick trips to America if we want to watch American Netflix. Yeah, that's not hard to do. No. And we've got we can go if we want to watch something on Hulu. We can take a trip to America.
Yeah, cheap flights these days.
Yeah, so we can. There's not like we're going to miss out on anything. And if not, I'm sure there might be a ship bowling up somewhere down the road that can drop stuff off for us.
Mm-hmm. Fell off the back of the galleon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's not difficult if we really, really desperately want to watch something. We're not going to miss anything. There's loads of programs I used to watch that I don't miss. The only thing I will miss is like sitting there late at night going, what can I watch? Oh, How It's Made on Discovery.
Right, yeah. See, I don't have that, so I don't know. Yeah. Oh, you don't know what you're missing if you don't. Ignorance is bliss.
How they make golf clubs and things like that is just engineering. Fascinates me. Okay. But oh, which actually, the update, because we said 2 weeks ago I was studying maths, and we were going to let people know last week. And we didn't. It's because I had an interview for an engineering apprenticeship, which I'm hoping to hear back about this week. Okay. But in all honesty, I don't think financially we can afford me to do it. Right. So.
Oh, will work not be paying for it then?
They pay for it, but I will take about an £8,000 a year cut.
Wow.
Yeah. It was an apprenticeship, isn't it? They're paying for you. Oh, they can't pay you to study. They pay you to study for their benefit, but they can't pay you as though you're working for them because you're not. You're at college and training centres. Yeah. It is a damn shame. It's not on-the-job training, basically.
Yeah. Ouch. But how long does it last?
4 years.
Oh, yeah. See, if it was a year...
If it was a year, you could do it. Yeah. It does go up by like £1,000 each year, the closer you get to it. But it's just so hard because at the end of the 4 years, I would get like a £15,000 increase from where I am now. Yeah. So my pay would... It's shy. It's not quite doubling, but, it's almost there. And it's like, to go from sort of... And to go from like, if... The final year, I think you're like £15,000 or £16,000 a year, which is a good wage, especially if you're in retail. You're like 15 or 16, that's amazing. If you're in retail, and it goes from that, it would double from there, basically, if I became an engineer. Right. Yeah. And it's like to get like a double increase. That's fucking. It would be so good if we could do it, but we genuinely can't afford it. No. And when I could afford it, when I was younger and I didn't have so much responsibility, there weren't any. it's only in the last sort of 4 or 5 years that the government has picked them back up again, or encouraged people to do it. It is a damn shame, but what are you gonna do?
This is it. Responsibility now.
I might ask if they can sort of help pay for a part-time course. Yeah. If they can help financially with that.
Yeah. Strike something up, because it's going to be worth it in the long run. But you know, like you say, it is it's difficult, isn't it? Yeah.
And like I said to Liz, though, to be honest, like I said to Liz, the only reason I'm really interested in the apprenticeship is because that's the sort of industry I'm in now. If I wasn't in that industry, would I be interested in that apprenticeship?
Yeah, exactly.
Or is it just because that's where I am now? It's fucking... I am interested in engineering. I love machines and robots.
And how they work.
I'd like to build them rather than maintain them, but you've got to start somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, mechanical engineering, by the way. That's put that out there. There's so many different branches of engineering. We've just got a message from someone.
Indeed we have.
Yeah, so, hey, you deal with that, shall we?
Yeah, go for it.
And I'll carry on. So there was that. What else? There was something you were saying, because we were on the fantasy thing and you had a story there. But
yeah. We'll see what happens here first off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, do you go for it? Do you not? I don't know.
It's hard. It'll be one of those things when they say, I won't be starting until September. So I've got the rest of the year to build up like any funds if I need to survive sort of the first year of the apprenticeship. And I could get a delivery job at the weekends, but it's not going to be enough. I don't think it will quite be enough to pay off the wedding and sort of keep us living. And I think living's the most important thing, especially Chloe. I don't want to pull her out of ballet and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to sacrifice any sort of enjoyment she can have in life. But it will only be for 4 years.
Yeah, that's it.
But then she'll be like 11 by then.
Yeah.
So she's missed.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's difficult to say, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, tough times. We'll see. Yeah.
Can you tell we're distracted?
I'm in a bit of a similar thing.
Yeah,
as well.
kind of your job things like for the last sort of year, hasn't it been sort of not unsteady? You've been unsure.
It's unfulfilling.
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's completely unfulfilling and not really where I want to be. And I've not hidden it from anyone either.
No,
really.
At work.
Yeah,
you're just kind of walking around like. And they're like, Tom, can you do this? Nope.
Oh, no. I always apply myself to whatever I do. It's just people know that's not really where I want to be. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly where I am. Friday, I swap shifts.
I will always do the best job possible.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what I do. And people take the piss out of me. They call me Chumpcha, which basically, I believe, it's basically, it's not Hindi, it's Punjabi. It's basically them saying you're a kiss ass. You know, you work hard because you want. You know, it's basically calling someone a kiss ass. So if someone does something out of their way to help someone else out, fucking Chumpcha.
Right. Okay.
And I get called Chumpcha.
Okay.
Because I do my job.
It's weird, isn't it?
And it's like I do my job, whereas other people do just enough not to get told off. And like,
yeah. And
like I swapped shifts. So I was on the opposite shift on Friday, and the 2 people, all they did was moan about their boss all day.
Right.
They moaning about their boss, and like one of them kept coming up to me and he was moaning about, oh, he's a kiss ass. How do you think he got to be team leader? He was kiss ass. He was doing stuff he didn't need to do. I basically said to him at the end of the day, I was like, look, I'm not going to be like you. I'm not going to work on this same fucking job for 30 years.
That's the difference, isn't it? Like
I'm going to go somewhere. I'm not going to be like you.
And you don't get further up the chain if you don't get on and stand out.
No, it's
you know
so
what I mean?
annoying.
You've got to work hard. I want to go somewhere else, which means I have to work hard. But people also know that I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that hampers me, I think, in some places. I'm turning 30 in 2 weeks. I'm having a crisis.
It's the adult version of being called a boffin.
Yeah, I think
school,
so.
Isn't
yeah.
It's so annoying. It never gets old. I will say quickly, last week I mentioned that guy from Rooster Teeth, the creator of RWBY.
The guy in the
Monty
car
Oum.
accident.
No, it wasn't a car accident.
Oh, was it?
It turned, no, he was in a coma, basically. And like at the time they didn't know But what happened was he went in for a simple medical procedure. He had a severe allergic reaction. I don't know if it was to the antibiotics or it was the anaesthetic or something. He had a severe allergic reaction. He was in a coma, which unfortunately he never woke up from.
Right.
He died last Sunday after we recorded.
Oh, okay.
About 2 or 3 hours after we recorded, the thing went out. He died. 33 years old.
Ouch.
And it was just so weird. It was this weird thing because I've been a fan of Rooster Teeth and I've been listening to the podcast and RWBY, which I introduced you to. Which, it's on Netflix now, by the way.
Yes.
All of them. There are 2 films. The 2 series are put up as 2 2-hour-long films.
Okay.
And funnily enough, they went up like a day or 2 after he died. Like they got the licenses through and they went up. But it's just affected me. It really affected me for some reason. It was so weird.
Is it that kind of thing where you've listened to him and you kind of know a lot?
He wasn't on it a lot though. That's the thing. He was occasionally there, but I think it's the fact that they are entertainment. They provide entertainment. So there's kind of a disconnect. It's kind of they're not real people.
Yeah.
And then like he died, and I was like, oh, that's such a shame. And then on their YouTube channel, they done their news thing, and one of the women who does the news was announcing it, and she was like just devastated, and you could hear it in her voice. And then I listened to the podcast on Tuesday, and you could just hear it in their voices. And when you watch the videos, you just sit and you're like, oh fuck, they're real. They're actually real people. This happened to them. One of their friends just died, and they have to still put. It was just so odd. And you go on Reddit, the Rooster Teeth Reddit, r/Rooster Teeth, and r/RWBY, RWBY, which is the show he created. And just seeing all these people making this art, like in honor of him, and it was just so weird. And I actually posted my most successful Reddit post in the RWBY one. It's basically saying, look, I'm going to honor him in my own way, but I'm not sure if it's sort of honoring or being inspired. And I showed you something I made last night, which is this morning, like about 14 or 15 years ago, I used to get these 3D World magazines and computer arts magazines because I wanted to get into animation and modelling. And about 10 years ago, I gave up on it. And now I've just picked it back up again. And like since last Sunday, every day I've been practicing. And I'm going to get into it again just as a hobby.
Yeah.
And maybe get into a bit of freelance creating sort of artwork for people and logos for people. And it's just like he was 33 and although he wasn't world famous.
No.
Although his animation and stuff wasn't the best, it's just the fact that the amount of himself that he put into it is just amazing. It's so, like it is mega inspiring. It kind of fits with what we're talking about now, the ambition to go on and do something.
Actually wanting to get off your arse. And,
just giving it your all, even if you're not happy, just so you can get to some place where you are.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe some days I only spend 5 or 10 minutes modelling or watching videos, but it's something. And it is just, and actually, if you get the chance, listen to the bloody RWBY soundtracks because they're insanely good.
Yeah.
They're insanely good. They're like K-pop mixed with rock.
Right, yeah,
it's fucking incredible. Some of the stuff but yeah, just the imagination in this guy's sort of show as well, like the weapons in RWBY.
Yes, they're
like it's probably not unusual to have sort of dual purpose weapons in anime. I don't know, I don't watch a lot, but like the main character has this scythe, which is also a rifle.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
And like she kind of hooks it around the back of a beast's neck, and she uses the kickback of the rifle to take his neck off, take his head off. And it's just the imagination. There's one with in the second series, the coffee canister. Like he drinks his coffee, and then it turns into a fucking rocket launcher. It's so good.
Yeah, they're
so
really
good. The guy's imagination.
They are fun. They are fun to watch.
Yeah, but it is it's so sad that he only got married last year as well to his long-term girlfriend, and it was just like a simple medical procedure. Like it could have been just like to fix, I don't know, like an appendix, like take it out, or tonsils or something. And he basically, in recovery, went into anaphylactic shock, basically, I suppose, isn't it? Allergic reaction.
Yeah, I guess so.
And went into a coma, and
that was it.
That was it. Never woke up. And it's heartbreaking. That sort of thing happens, and it's just so weird. Like that, I listen to these people, and they're just entertainment providers, and then fuck, they're real. And then you get these horrible people online. What's going to happen to RWBY? Like on Sunday,
that's the thing that
on Sunday,
matters.
the day he died, they message his friends, his co-workers, his friends on Twitter saying, "Oh, what's going to happen to RWBY?" Who the fuck cares at the minute?
What
really?
does it matter?
And luckily, for people that do enjoy RWBY, he had a vision. He had 2 writers that he worked with, so they obviously know the vision. They're not going to let it fucking go.
No, but equally, what does it matter?
Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter at the moment. It's probably not going to end. You could probably figure that out for yourselves. But, yeah, he was one of these really weird, like, efficient people. If there's something that needed to go in the microwave for a minute, instead of writing 60 or 100 into, he would do 55 because it's close enough and it's quicker.
Right. Okay.
It was just his weird quirks, and like he took the caps lock key off of his keyboard because if he hits it by accident, it slows him down.
Right. Okay.
Shit like that.
Right.
Like he used to work constantly, and then he had this powered down mode where he would put his headphones on, blare metal music, and just go to sleep. It's so fucking. He was such an eccentric, weird character.
Okay. What was his name?
Monty Oum. Oum. But yeah, cool. Go and look him up. Go and look up his work. He started. It was something called Haloid. Thing he made, which was Halo Spartans fighting the main from Metroid. I don't know her name, but basically they're fighting each other.
Right.
And it was that got him recognised, and then he went to work on Afro Samurai, the game.
Yeah,
he was one of their combat animators, and then Rooster Teeth picked him up to start on RWBY season 8 or 10. When basically, if you ever watched RWBY, Red versus Blue, you noticed.
Yeah, I've seen bits.
You noticed the change in the animation. That's when he came aboard, and and then he developed RWBY, which is just so good, and the story is so good as well.
Yeah, because a lot of it I don't watch, but
it's so stylized as well.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, it's very unique.
Yeah, so. Creative people dying sucks. Anyone dying sucks.
Yeah, and once again, we've managed not to. Well, we've managed not to miss another episode where we don't talk about death.
But that's important to me. It kind of hit home for me, and it really, really affected me. And I didn't understand why. It was so weird.
And it's inspired you to go make art.
Yeah, which I am. I made
which is good.
I modelled a nice sort of cup of coffee this morning.
Cup of coffee.
It was good. I'll put it up. I'll post it. I will post it.
Yeah,
just for people to see.
I think so.
It wasn't original. It was a tutorial I followed.
Still, whatever.
On the subject of death, no, we're not going
to.
No.
We're half an hour in. We don't need any more fucking death.
Oh, that's a shame, because there was a really cool video I saw on Reddit. Another Asian airline, TransAsia.
Oh, God. No.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay, I'll repost it on our Facebook or something.
Yeah, do that.
Fuck it. Do you want to do that? One of the ones Joe sent us. That's death, technically, Tom.
Well, I mean, I thought it was more of a ship time transit thing, actually, but it's not really like, basically what it is, there's a mummified Tibetan monk that they found.
Yes, it's a dead monk, but I think the whole story surrounding it is so weird. Yeah,
so strange and a bit fascinating that you can't not. A 200-year-old mummified monk has been unearthed in Mongolia this week, and senior members of the Buddhist community there believe he's still alive. Yeah. According to the Siberian Times and the Morning News, which are both Mongolian Tibetan newspapers, senior monks believe that the well-preserved man is just in a deep meditative trance called Tukdam. If the meditator, if the meditator can continue to stay in this meditative state, he can become a Buddha. Apparently,
Buddha is somebody who's reached full enlightenment. Isn't it? A Buddha isn't a god.
No, that's right.
That's the misconception a lot of people have. A Buddha is like they've reached Nirvana. How long does he have to meditate for? It's 200 years so far.
Really well preserved though, because of the extreme cold up there. He's been found. He's sitting in the lotus position, and he was found somewhere in the Songino Karikan district of Mongolia. I don't know exactly where that is.
Near the capital.
Yes,
Ulaanbaatar. Apparently, Ulaanbaatar.
Police say the monk was destined.
This is the weird part to me.
Yeah, was destined for the black market after being stolen by a 45-year-old man from a cave in a different region of the country.
The man lives in a cave.
Yes.
Or it was stolen from a cave. Because it's
unclear, isn't it?
From a cave?
Yeah.
Or was it stolen from a cave by a 45-year-old man? Yeah. It's so weird the way they phrased it. Is the 45-year-old
man from a cave?
Yeah.
Did he steal the monk from a cave? We're not quite sure.
It's such a weird way to phrase it.
The man reportedly wanted to take the monk over the border and sell it for a very high price. It's unclear who the monk is at this stage. Rumours suggest he could be the teacher of another mummified monk born in 1852, known as Dashi Dorjo Itigliov.
Nice.
Itigliov's body was exhumed in the middle of the 20th century and now sits on display in a Buddhist temple.
I've seen that. I think there was a vlog I watched, Apprentice A, which is EH because they're Canadian.
Oh, right, okay.
But Apprentice A, actually, doesn't matter. Apprentice EH, Apprentice A, and they went to
Tibet.
Where did they go to?
Mongolia.
I think Tibet. And they went to the big Buddhist temple up on right up some steps on top of a mountain, basically, or in a mountain. And the mummy sat in a glass case next to one of those laying down Buddha. Not Buddha. Are they Buddhas? I don't know. Yeah, one of the laying down sort of statues, which is huge.
Okay, yeah, I know.
But yeah, the monks there, they're really weird in a glass case.
Yeah, it's a bit creepy, isn't it? But apparently, according to tradition, if the meditator can stay in the same state for 3 weeks, which rarely happens, he will gradually shrink, form a rainbow, and spread joy to those around him. And I think that's if someone can meditate in that position for 3 weeks. This guy's been in that position for 200 years.
Yeah.
Hasn't formed a rainbow yet.
I'm sorry, but that last sentence sounds like an Adventure Time thing.
It does, doesn't it?
It gradually shrinks, forms a rainbow,
and spreads joy. But the picture is quite astounding. It's ridiculous. He's still got hair. All the skin's intact.
It's odd.
Yeah.
Really, really odd. But it's it's odd. Like the whole story, like saying how he might, become a Buddha, is weird enough. But then to add that he was stolen by a 45-year-old man who may or may not live in a cave.
This is true.
That's very, very odd. Now that one is one that Luke actually personally sent to me on Facebook, and then Joe posted it, I think, later the same day.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, it's a bit nasty.
It's about how, like, because kids can't be hit anymore, parents are finding strange ways to punish their children, and this one is where is it that it's in America somewhere?
Yeah.
Atlanta, in fact.
Yeah.
There's a barber who's offering to cut the hair of naughty children for free into male-pattern-baldness shape. So like
the old man haircut.
The horseshoe, just around the back and the sides,
but
and
he does the fade, so it looks natural as well.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's gonna backfire though. Like, kids are gonna find that really cool. It's gonna be.
Do you reckon so?
It's like a prison tattoo for kids, isn't it?
It's a badge of honor. It's like when all those fucking chavs in town walk around with their
one leg rolled off.
Yeah, one leg rolled off to show the ankle. The tag.
Yeah, the tag, the prison tag. I think it is going to become like the prison tattoo or something. Like the kid's like, fucking look, I've got my old man haircut.
Now the kid in the picture is called Rashawn.
Oh.
And he's from Atlanta.
He's from Georgia. So,
is this a time traveling piece?
Yeah. How old is this article?
Is it about 15 years old? Rashawn was given the haircut after getting bad grades and claims that his grades subsequently improved after the haircut was given to him.
Get your head down.
Yeah,
to hide the fucking bald spot.
Oh dear. But interesting way of shaming.
He looks happy about it. He doesn't in that one. He looks pained in that one.
Yeah, that's not the haircut though, is it? Look.
Oh, that's beforehand.
That's before, yeah.
Oh yeah, he doesn't look happy.
He doesn't look happy afterwards.
What an arsehole. That's amazing.
I mean, they've the Independent have gone to more kind of learned people to find out whether this is a good way to discipline your kids. Douglas Gotel, a clinical social worker and therapist, cautioned that there were more effective ways to teach values. This is controversial, and some people think will look at this draconian. I can't speak today.
Sight reading.
This is controversial, and some people will look at it as draconian, but the mother is making an attempt the best way she can with whatever parenting skills she has. Whilst this is not the most effective method, she is trying to hold her child accountable for an infraction while providing him with structure and discipline by making him look like a tiny, tiny old man.
What are you talking about, Willis?
It is an amazingly good haircut.
It looks so real.
Like you say, that fade.
It looks natural, but it is very harsh.
It is.
The thing is like punishing your child, grounding your child, you can't get made fun of for that.
No.
Giving him a haircut where he has to go to school with an old man haircut, he is going to get bullied. That's not a fucking discipline method.
But they're saying that the kids that have had this done to them, their grades do increase.
Yeah, because they don't want it done again.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the point, isn't it?
Friends to distract them anymore because they look like little old men. Would you, honestly, if you were at school and there was someone that had a haircut like that, would you want to go and play with them?
Probably
and
not.
Wreak havoc with them? No. It isn't a good method of discipline.
No.
If I'm honest, I don't agree with it, but I will laugh at it.
It's funny. We will laugh.
We will definitely laugh at it. Because we're arseholes.
Yes.
Do you remember a while ago I said about my mum's cousin? She recovered alcoholic or recovering alcoholic, because I suppose she never fully recovered. She released that book. She's got a lot of press recently, and she did interviews and things, and she's been in the media. But this week she was happy about it because it offered her extra press. But the Daily Mail went and took a report from another website and posted it on their website. She never spoke to the Daily Mail.
Oh, right.
Like her agent phoned up and said, "Oh, the Daily Mail have posted an article," which like cited an interview that she never gave to them.
Okay.
And I don't think they ever credited her. And it's that's disgusting, isn't it?
That's pretty.
I think.
Yeah.
It's like the Daily Mail could have phoned her.
That's the tabloids for you.
I'm sure it was the Mail.
Yeah.
We like to get newspapers wrong. But yeah, she posted that the other day. But she's getting a lot of interest, and I think she has been contacted by the police to work with the police now, like to help recovering alcoholics, which I think's really cool.
Right. Okay.
I think she's doing really well, and this is what she wanted to come from this. So it's good on her. Emma Bushin is her name, by the way.
Yeah. That's right. She had a book out, didn't she?
Yeah, she's got a Facebook
Amazon
group, Confronting Life Without the Bottle. The book's Confronting the Bottle. And the Facebook group is Confronting Life Without the Bottle. So it's really good, really interesting. The book's a really good story. Really good story. I mean, I suppose it's more interesting because I know her personally. So it's kind of like, it's got a different sort of angle to me.
True, yeah, because it's more kind of personal, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean... other than the plane crash, I've got nothing else.
What's so interesting about another fucking plane crash?
Well, this one is because of the dash cams.
Right.
So this it had engine failure, but there's a video that you can look up, and I will post it, where you actually see the plane basically fall out of the sky. It goes onto its side.
Right.
So one wing down, one wing up.
Yeah.
Goes across a motorway, clips the front of a taxi, and crashes into and it's from a dash cam.
Wow.
Oh, we got a phone
guest
call.
time. He saved us.
Right on time. I'll post the video.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Michael. How's it going?
Not too bad.
Good stuff. How's the head?
Actually, pretty fine. I was. Are we recording right now?
Yeah, we are. We're on air.
Excellent.
Yeah, this is Michael from the Nerd Church podcast.
Yes, I've hopped the pond, as it would be, and I've made my way to Ireland.
You have indeed.
You're in the same time zone as us.
I know, it's really fucking... Well, the thing that really bothers me... You don't mind if I cuss, do you?
No, you know our show.
Okay. Well, maybe not.
Yeah. Well, no, I know. It's just, sometimes, I can get a little audacious with my cursing.
No, you're fine.
But, first off, Facebook. So you guys send me the message on Facebook, and it says 5:55 in the morning. I'm like, holy fuck. They record at 5 in the morning. Those fucking crazy Brits. There's no way in hell. And then I look, and I'm like, no, it's got to be 11. So I started doing the math. I had a really rough morning. I had a Liam Neeson moment this morning.
Something got taken.
Yeah. I want to hunt down whoever set the alarm at 4:30 in the morning and find them and kill them, because European alarms are beyond annoying. Like the alarm like you'd see on a clock radio.
Yeah.
They're not like an American one. Like this one sounds. How's the best to describe it? Like you're in some sort of government or in a spaceship, and it's about to just blow up. It's just like I woke up. It was worse than that.
Oh, really?
I swear the sound was worse. And I sit there, wake up, and I'm like, Mother of God, where's that sound coming? Now, I thought it was a fire alarm because when I got here, apparently, like an hour after I got in, I'm unpacking stuff, and the fire alarm starts going off.
Oh, my word.
And I had such a fucking serious trouble. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll accept the fire. I'm down. I'm unpacking. You're not moving me out of this room. I've spent too much time traveling today. And so it eventually went off, and they sent a little letter that said, "We're sorry. We did not know why the fire alarm went off. There was no fire." I'm like, really? Because I didn't smell any smoke. So I kind of pretty much figured there was no fire.
That's why I didn't go outside.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was on the 7th floor, so I was like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. I swing it at that moment in time. So how are you gentlemen doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty good. We're about 45 minutes into the show. We've been discussing all sorts.
Yeah.
Including male-pattern-baldness being shaved into the head of small children to teach them a lesson rather than being spanked.
That's got to be a European thing. That's
it's an American thing. It's happening in Atlanta.
Well, okay, so Atlanta is really fucked up. Let's be honest here. That's part of the South. I can tell you that right now. I've only been to the Atlanta airport, and I was like, this is enough for me. Yeah. Why would someone do that?
Apparently
spanking's kind of frowned upon in America.
Is it?
Well,
because you always kind of hear that in I don't know, films and TV because they reflect real life.
Yeah.
Everyone's always been threatened with a spanking.
Well, I mean, I can remember growing up, I got spanked a few times, but it was very rare. My parents had figured out new ingenious ways to make me and my brother go through punishment that were beyond spanking. Very, very, like, insane ways. Not insane, but unique. And when you're a kid, they don't sound as difficult. And then when you try and do them, you're like, mother of fucking God, this is like, write 1,000 times, you will not do something.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Right, yeah. The kind of Chinese water torture technique. And you have like 50 lines per sheet of paper. But as a kid, you think it's so much more. So you'd write one page, like, here's 1,000. My dad, that's 100. And you're like, oh, mother of fucking God, I can't feel my hands.
Everything always seems bigger when you're a child.
It's true.
Oh, definitely.
We were discussing, we were saying about the whole, like, I don't agree with that shaving it into their, because it opens the child up to bullying when they go to school. Because if you ground a child, they're not going to get picked on for that too much. But if they go in with sort of like a Friar Tuck hairdo, they're going to get picked on at school. And Tom argued, well, it is improving their grades. So, because they've got no friends. Because they look stupid.
It's kind of the point, though, is like make you, this embarrassing thing has happened to you, so you won't do it again. So buck your ideas up. I
mean, I can see it as both ways. I mean, you're going to get picked on. Okay, you're going to get picked on. Okay, I am anti-bullying. I agree wholeheartedly. But I do believe that, getting picked on some minor level is part of growing up.
It's character building.
It happens as an adult. For Christ's sakes, I'm part of the nerd church. There's an entire fucking, hashtag devoted to bullying me. Like, do I give a shit? No.
Yeah, that's a new thing the last couple of weeks.
True,
that's Miles started that, didn't it?
Well, yeah, Miles started it. Yeah. So, I mean, like, on some level, like, now I have a niece, and my niece, anyone bullies her, and I want to rip their fucking spine out. I will admit it wholeheartedly. Like, there's that anger that makes me go, nobody fucks with my family, nobody fucks with my niece. She's the sweetest girl in the world.
Sure.
But other people's children, I'm like, they need to toughen the fuck up. So I'm not, maybe that makes me sound like an asshole, but
well, no, I understand that entirely.
Like, because you're going to get picked on as a kid. It's going to happen. There's a difference between, I think, being picked on and being bullying. Will the Friar Tuck haircut, for the rest of your life? Probably not. Will it go for you for the rest of your, what you guys call, I guess, primary school and secondary school?
Yeah.
More than likely. But the key thing that kids don't realize, that we as adults have realized, that once you're out of high school,
nothing matters.
Once you're out of college, all of that bullshit doesn't matter. Like, I've run into people that were like, best way of putting it, king shit a fuck mountain in my high school. Most popular people, they got all the girls, they did all the sports, blah, blah, blah. And now you look at them and you're like, you're working at some job that puts you in the lower, like in lower income. You know, you've got arrest records as long as my arm.
Yeah.
You know, there have been warrants out on you.
Yeah, it's always interesting that the more popular people stereotypically end up being the biggest fuck ups in life.
Yeah, and we actually discussed before that, we were talking about work.
Yeah.
And we were saying about how Tom and I, when we go to work, we basically get on with the job. We do the best job we can do. And people make fun of us for having ambition and trying to get on with our job. And they're probably the same people that make fun of you at school as well.
Yeah, I guess so.
So kind of, wow, we've got a theme going through our episode.
They're content to just do enough to get by, you know, at work. And they kind of single you out for...
Ambition is frowned upon.
Yeah, it's weird.
How the fuck? Okay, so you guys need to hop across the pond because that's like the basis of America.
Yeah, well, this
you're
is
not
the
getting
thing.
a lot of vacation days, but that's because you have to be ambitious and work hard.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think a lot of English people feel a sense of entitlement as well, because we owned 2/3 of the world at one point.
Yeah,
and I think that kind of empire mindset hasn't really faded away as fast as the empire itself has faded away.
Has no one seen that the sun does not rise on the British? Hell, the sun's not even near the British Empire. It's like, where is it? It's somewhere in the other part of the world, obviously.
Yeah.
Damn sure not India, I'll tell you that.
I think the only places that we've still got now are the places that like, yeah, fuck it,
we
don't
can't
matter.
be asked, yeah.
We're getting on all right. We're far enough away from you. It really doesn't affect us.
You can't reach
us.
Oh,
what is it? You guys call the Maldive Islands.
The Falklands.
The Falklands, the Maldive. Oh my
sorry,
God, yeah. Well, I mean, my Argentine blood, I'm like, people would mock me, like, and they're like, oh, well, you know, you think Argentina's so great. Why'd they go to war against England? And I'm like, because they were fucking idiots. Everybody's had a fucking idiotic day. Everybody's been like, you know what? I need to make myself feel better, so I'm going to go take these islands. It just so happened that the British were like, this is the last remaining hope of our empire.
Yeah.
We will not take this fucking island full of sheep.
No, this is the last bastion of the empire.
Those sheep are branded with like the royal seal. Do not fucking touch them, damn it.
Weirdly, though, there's people that live on the Falklands that are more British than British people. It's really strange. Like, there's this massive sense of allegiance to the royals and stuff like that. They're very, very proud of being British. It's really quite strange, seeing as they're hundreds of miles.
You say more British, and my brain immediately played the imagery of how Family Guy has interpreted British people, like when it draws it out, like
terrible teeth and
terrible teeth, and going, oh yes, let's put a man in a drip. It's quite funny, like that sort of thing.
What?
But you're saying about all like these people, like are more British than British people because their allegiance to the royal family.
Yeah,
like just for instance, Americans are more fascinated by the royal family than most people who live in Britain.
Yeah.
Well, that's because all of our royalty we do have royalty. Like in America, a lot of people don't.
Kim Kardashian, but you know.
No. Those are the paupers. Our royalty is more along the lines of the Kennedys.
Yeah,
like we have political dynasties that are effectively royalty. I mean, Kennedy is a weird name. The Bushes, unfortunately, you know.
It's the money. That's the problem, isn't it? I think more than anything.
In America, it's always about the money.
Yeah.
Like, hell, what's the old joke from the movie Airheads? Vince Neil killed a man and he only did 30 days because he had money. He can get out of jail. I mean, like you could do, you know. It's the stupidity of my country is, you know, shit. O.J. Simpson. Let's look at that one for a second.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so brilliant.
If the glove does not fit, you must acquit.
Yes, and if you think about it, it's a genius argument when you tell a guy who has swollen knuckles from arthritis to not take his arthritis medicine, so his knuckles are even more swollen, and then he's wearing a rubber glove, and then on top of that, he's trying to put on a leather glove.
Yeah.
And it's like, of course it ain't gonna fucking fit.
No.
His lawyer told him not to take the medication, and now he's in jail, so...
Which is where he should be.
Yes, exactly. Which should be that guy who set the fucking alarm at 4 in the goddamn morning. I swear, I'm gonna hunt him down and kill him.
We'll find him.
And also... what you guys call coffee is kind of strange.
What? Oh, really? What's so strange?
It looks like coffee.
Mm-hmm.
It almost smells like coffee. It's the instant coffee that's in my hotel.
Like the
right,
Nescafe and things like that.
Well, no, this is like TCHIBE. I don't even know how to fucking pronounce that. A B or a Y?
That'll be an Irish spelling. That's actually says coffee.
Okay, that's all right. Also, so I go downstairs, like, because you guys send me messages like, "Hey, you gonna come in?" And I'm like, "Cool, let me go downstairs." I had to, go smoke a cigarette and get some food, before I begin my grand Dublin adventure part 2.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, let me get a scone. I was like, because I like scones in America.
They're different over here too, right?
Well, I mean, I saw it. It looks like a scone. It wasn't as big as an American scone. Let's be honest.
No.
Nothing is as big as anything American does.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, can I get it to go? And she's like, okay. And she's about to get a bag. I'm like, well, you don't need to go through all that. Just give me the scone and a napkin, and I'll be fine. She's like, you don't want jelly? And I'm like, hold it. And I was walking away. I'm like, no, it's cool. I'm walking away, and my brain goes, what the fuck sort of diabetes level country is this where you put jelly on a damn scone? Yeah. That's like putting jelly. That's like taking like a chocolate donut and going, you know what? I need jelly on this. Why? Because why not? Fuck it. I might as well.
The traditional way of eating a scone in this country is with cream and jam or jelly. Clotted cream and jam.
Yeah.
Could you define clotted cream for me, please?
You know how whipped cream. You know how whipped cream looks.
Yeah.
It's that, but solid almost. It's
like
really,
but yellow.
Yeah, kind of.
It's like really thick cream basically, and on top it's got like a crust.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
Yeah.
I think that costs extra in Mexico. Oh, I'm sorry, you're talking about something else.
It is amazing. I mean, if you want that, you need to kind of hop across and go down to Cornwall or Devon. If you want real clotted cream.
Yeah.
You get clotted cream ice cream, which is amazing. Kelly's. Yeah. The clotted cream on a scone with jam is just like, it's called a cream tea. Yeah. Basically,
right. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's incredible. Have you had proper bacon yet?
Okay, first off, back the fuck up. All right, let's just go ahead and settle this right now. All right. There's a pub near my house, and I remember it's been there. It's this great pub. I know everyone there. They bring people over from Ireland. It's an Irish pub and whatnot. And the first time I ordered a burger with them, it said Irish bacon, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, Irish bacon! This sounds great." Irish bacon is the same as Canadian bacon, which means it's not really bacon. It's flawed. It's too thick. Some people would say that's a better thing with bacon. No, wrong. I'm gonna snap that. Nope. What? Bacon's got to be thin, crispy, big strips. Mainly fat.
No.
So here it goes. You know what? Fuck this.
You're in our house now.
No. Actually, I'm in the house that you guys lost. So let's get out of the way, okay? Right. I'm still on good ground. I'm not in Belfast.
Yeah, you're on the wrong side of the border. But no.
Bacon.
But we were talking last night. I briefly messaged you last night about the Guinness.
Oh God!
It tastes so much better at St James's Gate, doesn't it?
Oh, I mean, okay. So this is what's funny is I've got another coworker over here. I don't know where the hell he is. I don't care.
He's around.
Yeah, he's around.
Under a table.
Yeah, he's somewhere on the other side of the city. I've got his number. Don't even bother calling him. I'm gonna go on my Dublin adventure. So I go to this bar O'Neill's.
Of course,
I'm just wandering.
O'Neill's actually, that's a chain, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
it could be any pub in London is O'Neill's, like O'Flynn's, O'Neill's, O'Flaherty's.
They had food, but it wasn't it looked like good food, and I was like, cool. Now, mind you, I walk in there, and my hotel is about, well, we would call 2.5 clicks, which is like 2.5 kilometers from the area, which isn't a bad walk. I mean, it's really a nice walk, to be honest with you. It teaches me how to look to the left and right on walking across the street. Because I'm sitting there like, oh, I know. No, they're not coming from that way.
They're coming from the other way.
Yeah. Not to mention, I'd read a little thing about Irish people, how they're like, listen, we jaywalk. We do it all the time. We're professionals at it. If we find a space, we're going to walk through it.
There's no such thing really as jaywalking.
There's no such thing as jaywalking
in the UK and Ireland.
Or anywhere other than America.
Yeah.
Well, in DC, me and my friends will often, when we're crossing a crosswalk, we'll be like, fuck this shit. We're not waiting. We're in DC. This is our damn crosswalk. And that's what we do in DC. It's fine and dandy in DC. I know where the traffic's coming from.
Yeah.
No. In Europe, I'm like, this is a whole new game. So
Just remember to look both ways, just in case.
Shit, I sit there for a couple minutes and look back and forth, and I let someone else cross. If he doesn't get hit, then I know I'm good to go.
It, yeah. Just follow the nearest Irishman.
Yeah, I'm like putting him up like a sacrificial lamb. Like, okay, well, he's been hit. Obviously not a good time to cross. So I go into this bar, and it's fucking packed. And now, mind you, at my hotel, on a side note, I was watching the rugby Ireland versus Italy game.
Yeah.
And after staring at this game for an hour, I realized this country is full of fucking idiots because I can't understand this game. And I get to the pub, and I'm like, yeah, let me get a Guinness. Now, first off, I'm playing with Monopoly money here. Nothing offensive to the euros. But
the euro, isn't it? I don't like the euro.
I still have American bills on me, and they're all the same color. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, where's George W? Isn't he on one? I'm like, what are you, fucking crazy? Like, there's no way in hell. It was like, what about President Obama? Nope, he ain't going to be on a dollar bill. In fact, I think there's only one non-president. There's two non-presidents on the dollars in America.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's Hamilton on the $10 bill. The reason he's famous is because, if I'm not mistaken, he set up the federal bank, the reserve. And then Benjamin Franklin, because fuck yeah, it's Benjamin Franklin. That guy was the biggest pimp there ever was, plain and simple. You cannot argue with that. No. He went to France to fuck his way to get the French to join the American Revolution. That's really what it comes down to. That dude was the biggest coos hound there ever was. Like, I mean, all he did, like, and he was married, and all he did was drink and fuck and do science stuff. I mean, like, really, he was kind of like, he should be a role model for all men. Never mind.
Why is he not celebrated more?
Why is what?
Why is he not celebrated more?
Oh, he's celebrated. I mean, like, definitely in Pennsylvania or Philadelphia, he's definitely celebrated. I mean, everybody knows Ben Franklin. Everybody loves him in America. Excuse me, but the more you study him, the more quirky you realize he was. This is the same guy that, to paraphrase a quote of his, said, beer is proof that God exists and wants us to be happy.
Oh, that's him. Yeah. Right, yeah.
So, like I said, an alcoholic, an extremely smart alcoholic that had a way with ladies like there was no tomorrow. I mean, he was ahead of his game mentally. Like, the whole something Goodwin letters, I can't remember. There were letters that helped inspire the revolution. Something Goodwright, I can't remember. It was anonymous letters he wrote in to a newspaper, acting like an older woman, complaining about the British issues of not having sovereignty from the British Empire.
I see.
And that kind of helped. Those are one of the things that helped spur the revolution against you guys.
So he was basically a troll.
He did. He was kind of a troll. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he bought his own news. Well, no, sorry, he didn't buy his own. That was Jefferson bought his own. Jefferson was the ultimate troll. When Jefferson was okay, so brief history of America.
Americans know the history.
Yeah, we're only 300 years old. So
I'll say there's not much of it, to be fair, is it?
Hey, but you know what? Each one of it is with gold stars of awesomeness, okay? Let's just get that out of the way.
My house is older than America.
Yeah, but our empire was so fast. It was just like, bam. What you guys took like 1,000 years, we fucking rocked it in 300.
Because we were like, start.
You did. I mean, you did set up the board, and then we threw the board away and said, fuck it, we're doing it our own way.
True. You hijacked our language.
We made it better. Because, oh God, I had thought of a rebuttal to English people. I swear to God, it must have been like 3 months ago on a side note. And I cannot remember what it was. But it was how you guys pronounce one word one way and then another word which is spelled the exact same way, but you pronounce it completely differently.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, why would you do that? Like,
because we've stolen it from about 3 other languages and put them all together.
But we pronounce it a certain way. Like yesterday I heard an Irish person go, I appreciate, and I was just laughed, and they're like, what? I was like, you said appreciate. That's so cute. I was a little drunk at the time. But brief history of Jefferson and the second John Adams was our second president. Jefferson was our third. Jefferson, during the signing of the Constitution and all that stuff and the formation of that, was in France, making the French Revolution possible. When he got back to America, he read the Constitution and he was upset. He was insulted. He felt that the president had too much power, which was going to happen. So at this moment in time, I believe he comes back when John Adams is president. John Adams and him were best friends. I swear to God, closest buds there ever was. But Jefferson does not agree with John Adams' mentality of government. And so Jefferson decides to, in the ultimate trolling capability, buy a newspaper specifically to destroy John Adams publicly.
Right.
So he buys this newspaper. He accuses John Adams of being a pimp to the Tsar of Russia. Like it's actually like written down. He was a pimp. He brought in prostitutes for the Tsar of Russia when the Tsar of Russia was visiting.
Okay.
And when Jefferson gets into power, all of the things that Jefferson complained about the president having too much power, he does and goes beyond it. Like Louisiana Purchase, not allowed to happen under presidential power. But he did it. Why? Because he's like, fuck it, I'm the president. What are you going to do? So the hypocrisy of Jefferson is hilarious. Honestly, it's a great read to read about Jefferson because he's like, oh, he's anti-slaves, but he doesn't say anything about anti-slavery in any of the things. And he has a wife that's a slave. Yeah, I'm like... His wife and child are dead, but he's banging a slave on the side, but no slaves, right, Jefferson? Yep. Sure. Complete hypocrisy.
A modern day telling of that wouldn't work, is it? It's like, I am a president because I set up a WordPress blog to flame somebody. That's a modern day telling. It doesn't have the same sort of...
Well, no, because, any jackass can write a fucking blog nowadays. Like, back then, it took some skill to write. I mean, mind you, Jefferson graduated college around the age of 15 or 16. Like, the guy was smart, insanely. In Monticello, his house that was never finished built, because he built it like, some people theorize that he had mental issues because he rebuilt it like every 5 years. He'd rebuild it and he was constantly adding new things to it. And so the Monticello you see is like, this is the last blueprint we had that he was working on, and then he died. So this is what we're going to go with. But he has a device that allowed him to read 5 books at the same time. Like 4 to 5 books. He would set up 4 books. He'd read a page, spin the device, go to the next book, read a page, spin the device, and just keep reading books like that.
Wow. That's some high achieving ADD stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say that man has ADD.
Yeah.
Really.
Some people have theorized that he might have been not autistic. What's the other one? It's a variation of autism.
Yeah.
Asperger's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's theory that he might have been like that because the way he acted socially, he wasn't really like, he didn't act like how you think. What's funny is he lambasted Adams. Him and Adams got into a big fight on their deathbed. Around like a year or two when they started dying, they started writing each other and they apologized to each other for all the things they'd done to each other, and they became best friends again on their deathbeds, like over like a year or two, just constantly writing letters. And if I'm not mistaken, they both died on the same day. Like, I think Jefferson, one of them died first. And if I'm not mistaken, that day was like so many years. It was to the date, like an important, I think it was the day that they signed the Declaration of Independence. It was like 2 or 3 years afterwards.
Right.
Like, it's almost kind of like, mythical.
It's quite, it's a bit of, it's kind of got that mythical quality to it.
That's where the Illuminati started or something.
Excuse me, the Illuminati started way back.
The Pope it's been going way before then.
The Crusaders. So, but here, okay. So anyway, so I'm in this bar. Okay, so let's back.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I know. Well, welcome to Nerd Church. As you can see, I can get sidetracked real easily. We all can actually. So I order a Guinness. So I break out my Monopoly money and I go, a Guinness, please. And they give me a Guinness, and it takes longer to pour than I'm used to. I'm like, all right, that's good.
Because it's a 3-stage pour.
It really is. And they give it to me, and I'm watching rugby, and I'm like, I don't understand this sport. So I'm drinking. I'm like, mother of God, this is the greatest drink I've ever had. It's sweet. It's not like bitter like you have in America. It's amazing. It's fantastic. And so then I start talking to some random Irish people. I'm like, can you explain the sport to me? And the guy's like, no, I don't really watch rugby. So it's kind of like this. And he starts explaining, like, but how does it relate to American football? Because I see similarities. So he tries to explain it. Doesn't really get into it. I'm like, well, can I go upstairs and smoke a cigarette? And he's like, yeah, you can go upstairs to the smoker's lounge. So I go upstairs to the smoker's lounge. And there's the rugby game again. And I'm smoking. And these guys come in. I'm like, can you fucking explain this game to me? And one of them's from Scotland. Mm-hmm. And one of them's Irish. And they start talking to me like, oh, you're American. Like, yeah, how long you been here? It's like 2 weeks. They're like, what are you here for? I'm like, work. And they're like, you want to come join us for a pint? And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So then they buy me a pint. So now I'm on my second pint. Mm-hmm. And then I buy a round. I'm on the third pint. And then they're like, hey, we're going to go get to this other bar. You want to go to this bar with us? And I'm like, why the hell not? I've been here for 5 hours and I've already like met 2 awesome people and like one of the dude's girlfriends. So we go to this other bar and they introduced me to a toasty.
Right. Oh, what, like a panini?
Yeah. I'm like, they're like you guys don't have a toasty. I'm like, no, we call it a panini or you know, a grilled cheese sandwich with ham.
Yeah.
You know, it's so I have that, and then they buy me another pint, and then I buy a pint, and so I'm like 5 or 6 pints in, and like I'm kind of drunk.
Yeah. But
then all of a sudden I start sobering up really fast, and I don't know why. Like I can't figure out what's causing me to sober. I start to feel like a headache coming on. Maybe it's because of the travel. I've literally been traveling for God knows how long.
Well, yeah, I suppose you hadn't stopped yesterday, had you?
No, I mean I slept on the plane, but like 6 hours to Heathrow wasn't all that much. But no, I slept at Heathrow, and then I met a guy from Northern Ireland who bought me 2 pints at Heathrow Airport, and. Not to say I'm a bum, but every single time I try to buy pints, people are like, "No, I've got it." And I'm like, "All right."
No, this is what happens in the UK. People don't like. It's about the only thing that like drinkers, especially, will be very belligerent about you buying them a pint. They buy the first one first.
Yeah,
like
I think a lot of that as well is you buy the rounds early on because there's less people.
Yeah. Yeah, get them out the way quick.
I brought the first round, it's your turn. Yeah, but there's like double the amount of people. I don't care. I brought my round, it's your turn.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant plan. I need to start doing that more.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I went to O'Neill's at 6 p.m. So by now it's like 10:30 or 11 o'clock. And I'm starting to sober up, and then all of a sudden I'm meeting these other guys that are all friends with this one dude. And the one dude from Ireland and his girlfriend leave. So I'm sitting there with a drunk Scotsman. And all these people I've met, I've just talked to. And then all of a sudden, these 3 really, really pretty Irish girls come in. And they're sitting down, they're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, yeah, you got to meet Michael. Michael's awesome. He's from America. And they're like, and we're talking and we're joking around. 2 of them are doctors. One of them is a kindergarten teacher. And I felt kind of proud. I was able to guess their age right off the bat.
Nice.
They're like, holy shit, nobody guesses my age. Because nobody can guess my age. Like, everybody was wrong. Everybody thinks I look like I'm 25 or 24. I'm like, yeah, you're wrong. And then, like, the girls are going to go to another bar, and they're with this one guy. And they're like, all right, cool, we'll see you later. And this other guy who's friends with them was like, well, why don't we all go with Michael? Michael, you want to go? And I'm like, fuck it, why not? So then we go to another bar. And I'm not drinking at this moment in time, but what you guys like, it would be construed as a club. Like to us, it's a club, and they're playing really good music. And so I'm sitting there dancing, I'm having a good time. After around like 1:30, I'm like, you know what? They're all drinking. I'm like, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna head on back. And then I got home around like I went to McDonald's first.
Of course.
I had to see what you guys don't have right sweet and sour sauce. It doesn't taste right. I don't know what it is, but something isn't right with it.
Okay.
Everything else was fine, but I was like, the sweet and sour sauce, there's something off. It might be a lack of chemicals.
It's probably, it's not quite so full of corn syrup or something. I don't know.
What about the portion sizes?
The portion size was spot on.
Really?
Yeah, it was a spot on for that. The McChicken sandwich was fine. First off, I'd never been in a McDonald's that had security. That kind of threw me the fuck off. Like, I walk in, there's a security guard. I walk to the register, security guard. There's like 4 drunken Irish dudes in front of me, and I use that term loosely. They must have been like 18 years old, and they are fucking shit hammered.
Yep.
And then like, so I'm done eating, and like, mind you, there's nothing but like pretty girls coming in, which is interesting because the Irish girls really doll themselves up. I mean, really doll themselves up when they go out. I'm talking like, what we would define as the LBD, the little black dress.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, the little black dresses, like dresses made of lycra that come up to their. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like.
That's kind of the whole of the UK, if I'm honest with you. It happens a lot, pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, we're kind of numb to that now. We kind of look at it as a negative thing a lot of times now.
Yeah.
Well, in America, you wouldn't see that because it's fucking cold outside.
Yeah, no, we don't care. Our women are hard, and they have a layer of...
They're hard.
A layer of blubber some of them have got on them.
Or, yeah.
I mean, like I was quite... But I was also kind of like, I like girl. I don't mind if a girl can, not all girls can pull off a no makeup look. I'll just be honest with you.
Yeah,
There's some girls, and some girls only require a minimal amount of makeup. Like a glass girl that I dated, she required almost no makeup whatsoever. Like literally, she'd go days without wearing it, have no problem. But she also knew how to put it on properly. So when she did, it was barely noticeable.
Sure.
Yeah.
Some of these girls, I swear to God, their cheeks are as rosy as Santa Claus. And I'm like, could you put any more fucking roux on you? Like, are you trying to look like whorish? Like, I'm kind of confused.
It's like they've got a hold of the makeup gun from Futurama.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I was going to say the fact they're in McDonald's is kind of ironic. Looking a bit like Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, there's a woman that I work with who uses far too much makeup, way too much, like drawn on eyebrows. And,
God, I went on a date with a girl who shaved her eyebrows and then would draw it off.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until I got on the date, and I was like,
oh God, what is this?
One of Liz's friends a couple of weeks ago got tattooed eyebrows.
Oh no.
She had her eyebrows tattooed on.
Which, okay, I can understand. Okay, tattooed eyebrows, whatever,
They don't look terrible, to be fair.
Right.
Yeah, and also you can grow the hair back out, so it's not like
true.
that.
That's very true. Yeah.
But when you're going to the trouble of fucking shaving it and then redrawing it in a pencil, and it's like, listen,
weird, right?
Your eyebrows look like they were drawn by Picasso. Like, this doesn't work. You need to stop. But yeah, I went to the McDonald's, and then so I'm eating my food. I had a McChicken sandwich, just so you guys know, and a medium fries, and that took fucking forever for some unknown reason. They're like, oh, it's taking us a while to make the chicken. I'm like, what are you fucking killing it in the back? I sat there for 15 minutes waiting for my food. I'm like, all right, cool. I gotta take a piss. So I follow the signs to the bathroom, and every level has a new security guard.
That's pretty intense. I don't think I've even seen it that bad in London.
And I get up to the very top level where the urinals, the loo, wherever it is. And there's a security guard sitting there, and I'm like, and I look at him and I go, so you're up here for security? And he goes, yep. And I start laughing, and I go, are you fucking serious? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm from America. We don't get violent at McDonald's on this level where you need to have 10 security guards throughout the entire freaking thing at 3 a.m.
That is pretty weird.
It was so. I think it might have been because it was right off Grafton Street, right in the middle of fucking Dublin, near Temple Bar, and all that stuff.
That's where the area is where it's gonna kick off if it's gonna kick off.
Yeah. It was an interesting. Hey man, people are gonna fucking fight for their.
People want their chicken nuggets.
It's the fight in the kebab shop at the end of the night. Isn't it? That's what it is. Yeah.
I did see a kebab shop and I almost went in there, but I was like, no, the McDonald's. I have to try. I have to. Well, it's the philosophical. There's a philosophical. It's something you learn about in college in America. The McDonald's policy. Right. The McDonald's International Diplomacy of America.
Oh yeah. So whether you get the same kind of service or whatever.
Oh no. I'm talking it's a deeper level on that.
Oh,
I'm
really?
talking deep. Yeah. There's something that it's theorized by political science. I was a political science major. It's theorized by political scientists that stipulates that, historically speaking, America never goes to war with a country that has McDonald's in it.
Is that right?
It's fucking true. If we've got a McDonald's, we're not going to war with you.
I see.
Even China, we don't go to war with.
No, that's true, because they've even allowed one into the Forbidden City there. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Not allowed to have a McDonald's never had a McDonald's in Iraq, never had one in Afghanistan. Guess what? We went to war with those people. North Korea, don't have one there.
Good point.
It's strange, but it also kind of speaks to international trade, et cetera, et cetera. If you're willing to accept our shit food, then obviously you're willing to accept us as a culture. So,
yeah, good point.
Yeah, it gives you something to think about, doesn't it?
It does indeed. Yeah.
It's the lack of McDonald's that causes wars.
Yeah, maybe if McDonald's was everywhere, it'll be fine. There would be world peace.
Exactly. You either supersize that bitch and you take some sweet and sour sauce, or you get the bomb. One of the two.
You need to try a kebab though.
Doner kebab, rather than a shish kebab.
Yeah, the big.
Like a doner, like a German, like the doner. Like, 'cause we have those in America. We have a German guy that set up a doner place that's like classic doner style.
No, these are they're mainly Greek. And basically it's a big thing that looks like an elephant's leg, and they'll shave a bit off. It's kind of mystery meat. No one really knows what it is.
Strips of meat.
Yeah, we have the exact same thing. It's called Doner Bistro. It's like a huge thing. It's like served with bread, a lettuce, cucumber, and like some sort of white sauce.
That'll be it.
Or chili sauce usually
fair
over
enough.
here. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, we've got that.
We weren't sure if that travelled. That kind of horrible
I'm trying to think
end of the night
to
food.
Try.
Soda bread.
I was thinking about
if you're in Ireland, Colcannon soda bread. Colcannon's really good, actually.
I've never tried it.
Soda bread is on my list. Now, let's see, what else is there? One of my friends, because I'm going to Galway, I was saying Galway, and she was like, "Stop saying it like a fucking tourist."
It's like gallstones. Yeah.
Which is funny because gallstones is GAL.
Yeah.
But in America, GAL, like that's a gal right there. She's, yeah. So we choose how we want to pronounce every word differently.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were saying earlier on. That's one of those words.
So she's like, you got to try this something chicken something. She's like, and I couldn't understand her because she's got such a fucking thick accent.
Yeah,
she's like, you got to try this, and I'm like, what? She goes like, you know what? Fuck it. You're coming to Galway on Friday for the weekend. I'll introduce you to that. We'll go out and get drunk, and I'll show you this chicken thing. I was like, cool. I forgot how thick her accent was actually when I called her up. She's like, "Oh my God, you sound like an American." I'm like,
"That's because I am."
Yeah, I haven't talked to her in like 4 years. Like we've talked over Facebook, but
yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, my plan today is I'm going to go get some pho. This is going to sound strange to everyone. Like I was talking to these people and I was like, "Let's go get pho tomorrow." And like one of the girls, she knew what I was talking about. Her boyfriend had no idea, and the Scottish guy. Because she'd been to Vietnam, so she knew what pho was. I
see.
See, I've heard of it recently. I've heard about it a lot more, but I have no idea what it is.
Oh my God, it's if you could condense the entire concept of Nirvana that Buddha experienced under the the Bondi tree or whatever it was, and put it into a bowl, that's what this is.
Okay.
I am not joking. Like I'll eat like 3 or 4 bowls a week at home. It's so good.
Righto.
It's comfort food. Cures hangovers, cures sickness. Cures depression, cures happiness. Kind of cures whatever's ailing you at any moment in time.
I'll have to give that a look then.
Yeah. It's fantastic. And I found there's 2 places in Dublin, so I got to go get that just to at least knock out the final remnants of a hangover. I don't know. I'm gonna wander around. I want to go see the Book of Kells.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of shit to do.
There's a lot to do in Dublin, actually. There's a lot to see. There's like the old post office that's still got all the bullet holes in from the uprising. That's right on the main drag.
Did you guys put the bullet holes in?
We might have done.
Possibly.
No comment.
It was a brief misunderstanding about where the mail went at any moment.
Not us personally. I didn't do it.
Nice save there, Ant. Nice save on that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of history in Dublin as well. It's worth taking a couple of days out just to have a wander about. So what days are you working in Dublin during the week? Are you or
Monday through Friday?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm going to be working Monday through Friday. I don't know how much of the work. Like, I don't know if it's going to be 8-hour days or 12-hour days.
Right.
I'm taking it, day by day. They're like, well, what are you going to be doing? I'm like, I don't know yet. Like, because I asked for an update from one of my coworkers, like, who had already been over here, like, 3 or 4 days earlier. I asked him, I said, hey, how are things going? Never got a response. So, I mean, I CC'd the managers on it. So the managers are like, well, we will find out what the hell is going on. So when you show up to work on Monday, we know what you need to do.
Yeah. He's either drunk or hard at work, right?
Probably a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Apparently, like the some of the coworkers, and I won't say what company I work for, but some of the coworkers, that live here in Ireland, are infamous for taking over whenever we send an American over.
Right.
Taking them out for drinks.
Yeah.
After work. Getting them so freaking blind drunk, and then them having to show up to work the next morning hungover. It's almost like a tradition to them.
Yeah,
so,
it'll be an initiation ceremony of some sort.
Yep, I'll be in the hospital later on that day, which hopefully I might run into one of those 2 doctors.
Well, you never know. You never know. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. It was fun. It's funny because, working at that bar, it's interesting. You see, like, some guys that we'll do the iconic, I'm a guy, I do not dance.
Yep.
Then there are other guys that are like, one guy he was all in. I mean, he was all in like Flynn. I mean, he was there.
Yep.
And he wasn't a bad dancer, but he wasn't a great dancer either. And then there was his buddy who was just entirely a bad dancer. But God bless him, as the South would say. He just kept going at it. He was having fun.
Yeah, you got to give it a go. If you're exactly. 3 sheets to the wind anyway, who cares?
I don't know if there were 3 sheets to the wind or they were just having fun. But like, to me, I was like, here are some beautiful girls that want to dance. Now, one of them knew how to dance, or two of them knew how to dance. One of them was kind of like, you're awkwardly white, but go ahead, have some fun. So, I mean, but hey, I was having a good time. And then, like, the guy that they were with that had invited me along, he would dance for like a minute or two and then stop and drink his beer stoically.
Yeah.
And it was like, and they're like trying to dance with him. These girls are like, you know, one of the girls like, oh, we want to see you dance. We want to see you dance. And he's like, And he'll dance for a little bit and then he'd stoically he'd grab his beer and he'd just start drinking again. And I'm like, dude, a girl wants to dance with him. Like, don't ask questions. You do it.
Maybe he's thinking of the whole kind of treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen attitude. I don't know.
Possibly, but he was also kind of drunk. So I'm like,
he's probably got that awkward thing as well. Like, they want to see him dance, and he's thinking, well, is it because they know if you're a good dancer, then you're good elsewhere?
Yeah. You got to keep some cards close to your chest.
Got to keep some cards. Trust me, there were a lot, and you guys would define it as a bar. We define it as a club. That's what I found.
It's basically it's a bar with a kind of DJ. Yeah.
Loud music.
Yeah.
Which you would have in America, but not to the degree that I mean, this was 3 stories, like multiple bars. It was like apparently a house that was, it was a residence that was turned into a bar. It was kind of, it was interesting. Definitely good times. But I'm really hoping that one of you guys can fucking hop across the pond. I mean, I've made it 3,000 miles.
I know,
I'm asking you to come over like 100. Like,
look, basically, what it is, it's my birthday on the 20th. And I've got the week between the 15th and the 20th off. And I may be able to swing it that I come out on the Tuesday and go back home on the Thursday. Myself and Joe may be able to come out. So that would mean Wednesday night next week, not this week coming, but next, is a possibility for us.
Dude. First round's on me.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. So I've just got to scrape together because basically what it is, because it's my birthday and I've not been on holiday for a while, my family are looking at paying for me to go out. So I just have to scrape together some spending money. So it could well happen. I'm hoping. Okay. I've got my fingers crossed. I'm doing some work on Jo to get her to see the light.
Okay. I understand you're playing hardball. 2 rounds are on me. First 2 rounds.
Here we go.
I see,
now we're bargaining.
Okay. Right, now we're getting somewhere. See, this is more like it. But
yeah, 2 rounds and a fucking donor. Well, I get paid next Friday.
You pay for the kebab on the way home, and I'll be over there.
It would be good. It'd be good to be able to meet you and Joe.
Yeah, I'm really gonna try and make it happen. I will be in touch with you about it anyway. But hopefully, and then we can have a few cross podcast selfies and shit. I don't know.
I really, really want to get. I've never been to Ireland. I'd love to go over there. It's just
this is the thing. I've been to Dublin. I've been to Dublin twice, and it's a fucking good place to go out on a night out. Like,
I'm not a big drinker. That's the problem.
Yeah,
as well.
There's another thing. But
so I don't know.
Neither am I. I'm not a big drinker either. Like, generally, I don't. Generally, I'll go out and have like a scotch on the rocks or Jameson on the rocks. Like, I don't drink a lot. I'm usually designated driver, so I'm like, there's really no point in drinking. Yeah. But once every quarter, I will tie. I mean, I'm not a teetotaler. I'll go out. When it's time to get drunk, it's like, watch out, liver, brace for impact. This is about to happen. And my roommates know that when I do it, I can go balls to the wall. Like, they're always surprised, no matter how long it's been, how much I can. Like, I'm infamous in my friends for shots of Jameson followed by the chaser. What I sip after that is Jameson on the rocks, and I'll do that for an entire night.
Jeez.
Fair play.
Yeah, I can't do that. We'll see. I'm trying to convince Liz, and we're trying to figure out a way to get out there. The flights aren't a problem. Accommodation can be doable. It's just money, because it's quite expensive, Dublin, isn't it?
It can be.
But
it can be.
Who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll do travel arrangements off pod.
Yeah, I will keep you involved. I'll keep you informed, and with any luck, I'll be out there in 2 weeks' time. But
that sounds fantastic. Because I leave on the 20th.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you guys have my international number? Obviously, I'm not going to give it to everyone at the podcast.
You did send it to me, but I can't. I did try to send a text this morning, but it didn't seem to go through. So we'll sort of try and figure that out.
It's weird. My international SIM card acts weird sometime. I got to double check it to make sure that the SMS is done and all that.
Yeah, that might be the problem.
Telestar or whatever it is.
Right.
I don't know what that is. We don't.
Telstar.
We don't have that here, do we?
No, I don't think so.
It's a SIM card provider, and like so when I make a phone call, I make a phone call and it automatically hangs up, and then the phone calls me back and says you have X amount of minutes left.
Oh, I see.
Oh, and here, let me connect your call.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll sort something out, even if it's through Facebook or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, that's yeah.
I feel honestly, I feel great, like being able to be on the same time schedule as you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've not had to put yourself out to get up too early.
And we're recording normal time.
It's all good.
I think I'm actually going to send my brother a message, because he was on the show. Which episode was it?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the 104th episode. Yeah.
And it was right before we recorded ours, and I was like, "Yeah, I got up at 8:30 in the morning." He's like, "Well, I was up at 7:30 on the." On the Aviation Pod.
Yeah.
I'm going to send him a message that goes, you know what? I was up at 5:30 on Aviation Pod. Where the fuck were you, huh?
Yeah, fuck yourself. Lazy bastard.
That's good. Awesome.
There
was just one thing I'm going to go out on, and it's a story that I found earlier on. I think this is another one that was sent to us by Joe.
Yes.
And basically, it's from Texas, so again, in the South. Where a child has been suspended from school for making a terroristic threat to another student, and what he did was said that he would make the other boy disappear by using the One Ring on him. The One Ring from Lord of the Rings.
Oh no, I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I know. Yeah,
he's got the One Ring.
Apparently so. He's been suspended because he's threatened another child with making him disappear
by putting a ring on his finger.
Yep, by putting a ring on it, just like Beyonce's been telling us all this time.
Well, to be fair, apparently males do usually disappear when they put a ring on their finger, don't they?
Yeah.
But I'm still confused on how he got the One Ring out of Frodo's hands.
I've no idea. I thought it had been destroyed in the fires of Mordor.
Mordor.
Miles can say it better.
Yeah.
Miles is our
so a 9-year-old in Texas has the One Ring.
So yeah,
okay. It's fucking Texas. Fuck Texas. I'm gonna say that right now. Fuck Texas.
Not a fan.
It's an interesting story. It goes on for a while, but apparently, he was prohibited from going back to school because of threatening to cause harm or bodily injury to another student, or maliciously taking an action that substantially harms another student's physical or emotional health and safety.
Well, I understand the One Ring doesn't generally cause physical harm. It does cause emotional harm because of your dependence on the ring.
This is true.
Once you've been exposed to it does kind of send you psycho. But physical harm, no, that's ridiculous.
You have to go to school, Bobby. No, my precious school.
But yeah, wow. So his dad has defended him, saying that I assure you, my son lacks the magical powers necessary to threaten a friend's existence. If he did, I'm sure he'd bring him right back.
Well, that parent is stupid. The child doesn't have any magical powers. It's the ring that has powers. Does nobody know anything?
Doesn't he get it?
Oh, stupid. Stupid adults.
Texas, like I said, Texas. Texas.
But it's in the town of Kermit.
Kermit.
Yeah. What a fucking muppet.
Yeah. What a fucking muppet. Oh dear.
So at least it's not just us that thinks that's ridiculous.
Oh. I might send Chloe to school, ask her to try that, see what happens.
Yeah.
Hey, as Kermit said, it's not easy being Sauron. But yeah, okay. So Texas, I hear people always go, "What do you think about Texas?" I'm like, "Well, fuck Texas." And Texas is like. Texas is. Someone said it yesterday. Someone said that Texas or Cork Ireland is like the Texas of America.
Right. Okay.
Always thinking they're better than everyone else, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what Texas is very much like that. Not to mention, I'm kind of angry at Texas for their. Basically, Texas escapes from history. Texas gets out of Spanish control.
Right.
America says, "Hey, do you want to join us?" Texas says, "Go fuck yourself. We're our own country." So Texas becomes its own country. Spain marches on Texas again. All of a sudden, Texas is being bent over a barrel, and Spain's about to go have some fun on them. And then they go, "America, please come and help us." and then we had to come in and save them, and that's how Texas joined the Republic.
Ah, there we go.
But America likes to come in and save people, don't they?
It's the cavalry thing.
Apparently.
Well, we like it. We've done it so well. Let's be honest here.
Take all
really
the
good at
victory. Let everyone set the base. Come and take all the victory. That's it, right?
Hey. If you guys, it's not our fault that we let you build the trenches in World War I. It's not our fault. Thank you for building them. We'll go ahead and take it out from here. We'll knock out the Germans for you. World War II, it's not our fault that you were just right across the channel and he could bomb the living hell out of you. But hey, we're here for you, buddy. We got you. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll take care of that. We got you covered, man. It's all good. We'll knock it out for you. We're good at that.
Yeah. Okay.
As Americans, we are slow to act sometimes, but when we do act, it's balls to the wall.
This is true.
It's like we'll stop and think about things, you know?
Oh, dear.
Well, what? Are you guys muting me?
No.
It would be amazing. Were you seeing what I was doing?
No, like I should probably just push this video thing on the phone, but
yeah, I tried that earlier on and it wasn't working. Yeah. We'll do that afterwards.
Ant, are you a little bitter about about America saving people? Like, I got this impression that there's a little animosity there. Like,
no. In all honesty, I've just started reading a book on my Kindle about the First World War, and I just finished a chapter that had about America coming in, and it said something about them coming in at the end. It's all about the people's perception of the First World War and all the animosity surrounding it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
I'm reading The Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire, so
yeah,
that's been my book.
I can't even remember what
Rome rocks.
Called. I don't know. Should we?
Rome was a strange place. What have they ever done for us?
I love Tom. The way Tom says that is as if he was there yesterday. Yeah. Rome was a strange place.
It was.
So
I don't know where we're going with this.
No. Should we carry on this conversation off pod?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Let's do it, shall we? We've been going for nearly an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you guys are like getting into NCP territory for length.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
We usually try and go about an hour, but
we've had a surprise guest.
We always, when people come on, we just want to keep talking for as long as possible. And forget that people actually need to listen to this.
Yeah, so we'll stop here. All we'll say is that obviously, if you're not listening to Nerd Church, you're a fool.
You are an absolute fool.
And you need to get over and find them at Nerd Church Podcast. Yeah, that's it.
Isn't it? Mm-hmm. Is it at Nerd Church Podcast and nerdchurchpodcast.com? You don't know. Miles usually does that, doesn't he? I think it's at nerd_church.
It's nerdchurchpodcast.com for our website.
Yes.
You can find us on Twitter at, I think it's at...
nerd_church.
Yeah, at nerd_church. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there was someone else who had that, and we're trying to kill them and take their name. I'm still eating my scone, which now I understand why you guys put jelly on it.
It's a good...
You get it now, all right. Okay, good.
Definitely not as sugary as an American scone. Sorry, this is just funny. This is funny to me, because I'm sitting
eating on a podcast. It's good.
Well, I mean... I'm on vacation. You guys called me. So yeah, Twitter is at nerd_church. That's how you get us on Twitter. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on iTunes. Just look up Nerd Church Podcast. Trust me, I'm not tooting my own horn, but you guys will not be disappointed in any of your fans who want to start listening to us. If you like any of the sort of humor I do, trust me, there's 4 other of us doing it, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's true.
Do not buy into the hashtag fuck you, Michael. I'm trying to stop that as fast as possible. Again, do not write hashtag fuck you, Michael, because I do not want any of the people to start spreading that around.
So the name of this episode will be...
Hashtag FMS. Fuck you, Michael Friday.
You fucking tossers.
God.
I love tossers. Brilliant.
Nice.
These fucking wanks.
Wankers.
Well, if you're not a mank, you're a wank is one of the terms I had always heard.
Really? I've never heard that one. Maybe because I'm not a
mank. Yeah.
It was said by Vinnie Jones in Euro Trip.
Oh well, that's fucking awful.
Yeah.
The worst thing about that is the fact that he played for a London club for his whole career.
Yeah.
He's very London, and then in that film he's made out to be a Manchester United supporter. Yeah, it's awful. I watched it with Corky once.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
It's a fun movie. But Vinnie Jones massively sold his soul on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, here's an interesting story. You fucked your sister. That movie was so good. Anyways,
but
yes. Again,
find Michael and all the rest of the clergy over at Nerd Church if you like what you've heard this episode.
And if you've been listening to us for any amount of time and you haven't gone over there yet, what the fuck?
Yeah, come on.
Let's be honest.
Come on.
I don't understand why they wouldn't, but hey,
yeah.
I'm honored. I honestly am, and from deep down inside, dude, I am honored to both you guys for having me on this morning.
No worries. I mean, it seems ridiculous that if we weren't going to be able to get out there, the least we could do is have you on the show.
Yeah.
But hopefully, we'll be able to get out there as well.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. It's trying to convince Liz to get over there for Valentine's Day. Have a nice weekend away in Ireland for Valentine's Day.
I'm going to be in Galway, so I'll probably be coming back. I think I'll leave Friday. Like, I don't know. I haven't even figured that out, to be honest. I've been here for less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
So I've already had a pretty busy 24 hours, and I'm just trying to take it day by day. But yeah, like, I honestly, like, when you guys said, hey, do you want to be on the show? I was like, wow, that sounds like a great idea. And
yeah.
Aside from the timing fiasco of me waking up at 11:30 in the morning your time, which confused the hell out of me, because I'm like, 5 a.m. But anyways, I honestly am honored, dude. I'm truly appreciative.
Thank you for coming on and providing comedy and
a history lesson.
History, American history lessons.
I do know my American history quite well. I had to study in college, so.
But yeah, so thanks for coming on. We'll continue the conversation off air now. But for this week on Anywhere But Here, I've been Tom.
I've been Ant.
And we've had Michael from the Nerd Church on.
I've been Mike.
There you go.
So until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.